Hello, everyone, and welcome back to World of English. I'm so happy to be with you today. How is everyone feeling out there? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far.
Hello, hello, and I'm Ali. Ina, it's good to be back.
Ali, it's great to have you here. You know what? I have to ask you something personal.
Oh no, should I be worried?
No, nothing scary. I just want to know, how was your morning today? Did you have a good breakfast?
Oh, that's a nice question. Actually, my morning was a little rushed. I woke up a bit late, so I just had a glass of milk and a piece of bread. Not my best breakfast, to be honest.
I understand. Some mornings are like that. For me, this morning was very calm. I woke up early, I made some tea, and I ate a simple breakfast with my family. It was very peaceful.
That sounds lovely. Tea in the morning is always a good idea. I need to try waking up earlier like you.
Well, speaking of mornings, I was thinking, we talk about our mornings almost every day, right? With friends, with family, with coworkers. But many English learners tell me that describing their morning routine feels difficult, like they only know a few basic words.
Wait, Ina, are you telling me that today's topic is about morning routines?
Yes, exactly. Today, we are going to learn how to describe your morning routine naturally, not like a robot saying, I wake up, I eat, I go. No, we want real, natural English, the kind that native speakers actually use.
Oh, I really need this lesson. When someone asks me in English, what did you do this morning? I say, I wake up, I pray, I eat breakfast, I go to work. That's it. 5 short sentences. Very simple, very boring. I want to sound more natural.
And that is exactly what we will fix today, my friend. By the end of this episode, you will be able to describe your morning routine with confidence, with good flow, and with words that make you sound like a real English speaker.
I'm ready. Let's do this.
But before we start the lesson, can I ask you and everyone listening for a small favor?
Of course. What is it?
Listeners, this podcast exists because we want to help you learn English in a fun, friendly way. But we need your help to reach more people. So here is my small request. Please click the like button if you are enjoying this episode. It takes 1 second, but it tells YouTube that this content is helpful. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to World of English so you never miss a new lesson. And finally, share this episode with one friend or family member who is also learning English. Together, we can all improve.
That's a beautiful way to think about it. Sharing is like helping someone else learn. I like that.
Exactly. So, are you ready to jump into today's lesson?
Absolutely. My morning routine needs some serious improvement. In English, I mean.
Perfect. Welcome back, everyone. Ali, before we start learning new phrases, I want to ask you something honest.
Okay, I'm ready. Ask me anything.
When someone asks you in English, what is your morning routine? What do you usually say? Give me your real answer.
Okay, I will be honest. I usually say, I wake up, I wash my face, I pray, I eat breakfast, I go to work. That's it. 5 short sentences. Very simple, very boring.
And why do you think it sounds boring?
Because it doesn't feel natural. When I speak in my own language, I can tell a small story about my morning. I can say, this morning I woke up a little tired, so I drank 2 cups of tea before I felt awake. But in English, I don't know how to make those connections. I don't know the right words to add.
Ali, that is such an honest and helpful answer. And I promise you, you are not alone. Many English learners feel exactly the same. They know the basic verbs. They know wake up, eat, go. But connecting those actions into a natural, flowing description, that is a different skill.
Exactly. So today, we're going to learn how to do that, right?
Yes, today you will learn 3 main things.
3 things? Tell me.
First, you will learn how to use sequencing words like first, then, after that, finally, to connect your actions smoothly.
Okay, that sounds useful. I know first and then, but I don't use them well.
Second, you will learn how to add small details about time and frequency, words like usually, sometimes, always, never. These words make your routine feel real, not like a robot reading a list.
Oh, I like that. I usually wake up at 6 sounds much better than I wake up at 6.
Exactly. And third, and this is my favorite, you will learn how to add your feelings or opinions about your morning activities. For example, instead of saying, I drink coffee, you can say, I love drinking coffee in the morning because it wakes me up.
Wait, that's beautiful. I love drinking coffee. That sounds like a real person talking, not a textbook.
That's the goal, Ali. By the end of this episode, you will be able to describe your morning routine in a way that feels natural, confident, and even a little bit interesting to listen to.
I'm excited. But Ina, can I ask you something before we continue?
Of course. What is it?
Is it okay if my morning routine is very simple? I don't do many special things. I wake up, I pray, I eat a simple breakfast, I go to work. Can I still make that sound natural?
Ali, that is such an important question. And the answer is yes, absolutely yes. A simple routine can still sound beautiful and natural in English. You don't need to do exciting things. You just need to describe your simple things with the right words and the right flow.
That makes me feel much better. So let's start learning.
We will. Right now, let's move to Chapter 3, where we build the foundation, the simple present tense, and how to use it perfectly.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Ali, let's start with the most important building block for talking about routines. Do you know which verb tense we use for things we do every day?
I think it's the simple present tense, right? Like, I wake up, I eat, I go.
Perfect. Yes, exactly. The simple present tense is our best friend when talking about routines, habits, and things that happen regularly, not just once, but every day or most days.
Okay, that makes sense. So if I want to say I pray every morning, I say I pray every morning, not I am praying.
Exactly right. We use simple present for routines. We use present continuous, I am praying, for something happening right now at this moment. Big difference.
Got it. So my routine should all be in simple present.
Yes. Now, Ali, I want you to try something. Tell me your morning routine again, but this time, don't worry about making it beautiful. Just tell me the basic actions in simple present, one after another.
Okay, here I go. I wake up at 6 o'clock. I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I pray the morning prayer, I eat breakfast, I get dressed, I leave for work at 7:30.
Ali, that was excellent. Every single verb was in simple present. You already have the foundation. You should feel proud.
Really? It felt so simple, almost too simple.
Simple is good. Simple is correct. But now we are going to add something small that makes a big difference. Ready?
Ready.
Listen to this. You said, I wake up at 6 o'clock, I wash my face, I brush my teeth. That's 3 short sentences. Now listen to this version. First, I wake up at 6 o'clock. Then I wash my face and brush my teeth.
Oh, that sounds much smoother. You used first and then.
Yes, these are called sequencing words or transition words. They connect your actions so your speech flows like a small story, not a list. Let me teach you the most common ones for morning routines.
Please do.
Here they are. First, for your very first action. Then, or next, for actions after that. After that, for something that comes a bit later. And finally, for your last action before you leave or start your day.
Can I hear an example with all of them?
Of course. Listen. First, I wake up and say my morning prayer. Then, I make tea for my family. After that, I eat breakfast with my children. Finally, I get dressed and leave for work.
That's beautiful. It sounds like a real person telling a story, not reading a list.
Exactly. Now, Ali, I want you to try. Take your basic routine and add first, then, after that, and finally.
Okay, let me try. First, I wake up at 6 o'clock. Then, I wash my face and brush my teeth. After that, I pray. Then, I eat breakfast. Finally, I get dressed and leave for work at 7:30.
Ali, that was perfect. You remembered every sequencing word. How did that feel compared to your first version?
It felt smoother, more natural. I felt like I was telling a story instead of just listing actions.
That is exactly the feeling we want. Now, let me show you one smaller trick. Instead of saying, I eat breakfast alone, you can add a small time word. Listen to these 3 sentences. I always eat breakfast at home. I usually eat a light breakfast. I sometimes eat breakfast very quickly.
Oh, always, usually, sometimes. These show how often or how regularly I do something.
Exactly right. Always means 100% of the time. Usually means most of the time, maybe 80, 90%. Sometimes means maybe 50% or less. And we also have never for things you don't do at all.
So I could say, I never drink coffee in the morning, I always drink tea.
Perfect sentence, Ali. You are already building more natural English. Now, let's practice with a few common morning actions. Listeners, I want you to try this at home too.
What should we practice?
I will say a basic sentence in simple present, then I want you to add either a sequencing word, first, then, after that, or a frequency word, always, usually, sometimes. Ready?
Ready.
Basic sentence, I wake up.
First, I wake up at 6 o'clock.
Beautiful. Next, I pray.
Then I always pray the morning prayer.
Excellent. Next, I eat breakfast.
After that, I usually eat bread with cheese and tea.
Holly, you are doing so well. One more. I leave for work.
Finally, I leave for work at 7:30.
Perfect. Every single answer was correct. Do you see how these small words, first, then, after that, finally, always, usually, sometimes, make your routine sound so much more natural?
I see it clearly now. My morning routine sounded like a robot before. Now it sounds like a human being.
And we're just getting started. In the next chapter, we will add even more flavor. Words like before, after, and phrases that describe how you feel about your morning activities.
I can't wait. This is already helping me so much.
Wonderful. Ali, you are doing a fantastic job. Your morning routine is already sounding much more natural.
Thank you, Ina. I feel more confident already, but I know there's more to learn, right?
Yes, now we are going to add even more flavor. We will learn 2 powerful tools, before and after clauses, and small descriptive phrases that show how you feel about your morning activities.
Before and after? I know those words, but I don't think I use them correctly in sentences.
That's exactly why we're practicing today. Listen to this short sentence. I pray before I eat breakfast.
That sounds simple. So before connects 2 actions. The first action happens, then the second action?
Almost. Let me explain carefully. Before means the first action happens earlier. In the pray before I eat breakfast, praying happens first, eating happens second. Easy, right?
Yes, that makes sense.
Now listen to after. I eat breakfast after I pray. Same meaning, just different order. After means the second action happens later.
Oh, I see. So I can say the same thing in 2 different ways. Before I go to work, I get dressed, or I get dressed after I eat breakfast.
Perfect, Ali. You understood immediately. Now, let me show you how to combine these to make your routine sound more connected. Instead of saying 2 short sentences, I pray, I eat breakfast, you can say one smooth sentence. I pray before I eat breakfast.
That is much better. It sounds like one idea, not 2 separate ideas.
Exactly. Now, Ali, I want you to try combining 2 actions from your routine using before or after.
Okay, let me think. I wash my face, I brush my teeth. I could say I wash my face before I brush my teeth, or I brush my teeth after I wash my face.
Both are correct. Which one feels more natural to you?
I think I wash my face before I brush my teeth sounds better, because that's the real order, washing first, then brushing.
Perfect. Now try another one. You wake up, then you pray. Can you combine those?
Yes, I pray after I wake up, or before I pray, I wake up.
Beautiful. Now, here's a little secret. Native speakers often put the before or after phrase at the beginning of the sentence. Listen, before I eat breakfast, I always drink a glass of water.
Oh, that sounds very natural. Before I eat breakfast, I always drink a glass of water.
Perfect rhythm. Now let's move to the second tool, descriptive phrases. These are small words or phrases that tell the listener how you feel about your morning activities.
You mean like, I love or I don't like?
Exactly, but also softer ones like I enjoy, I don't mind, I prefer. Listen to the difference. Basic, I drink tea in the morning. With feeling, I love drinking tea in the morning. It makes me feel calm.
Wow, the second one is so much warmer. It feels like the person is sharing something personal.
Yes, and that is what makes conversation feel real. Let me teach you 4 useful phrases for talking about your morning routine. Number 1, I love, for things that make you happy. Number 2, I don't mind, for things that are okay, not great, but not bad. Number 3, I prefer, for showing a choice between 2 options. And number 4, I try to, for things you want to do but don't always do perfectly.
Can I hear examples for each one?
Of course, listen. I love drinking tea in the quiet morning before anyone else wakes up. I don't mind waking up early. It gives me more time. I prefer eating a light breakfast, like bread with cheese, not a heavy meal. I try to pray on time every morning, but sometimes I'm a little late.
These are wonderful. Can I try making my own sentences?
Please do. That's the best way to learn.
Okay. I love the morning prayer. It makes my day feel peaceful. How was that?
That was a beautiful sentence, Ollie. Perfect grammar and very natural. Try another one.
I don't mind eating the same breakfast every day. Bread and tea is simple and good.
Excellent. You are thinking like a native speaker now. One more. Try using prefer.
I prefer taking a quick shower in the morning instead of at night.
Perfect. Do you see how these small phrases, I love, I don't mind, I prefer, add personality to your routine?
Yes. Before, my routine sounded like a list of actions. Now it sounds like my routine, Ali's routine, with my feelings and my choices.
That is exactly the goal. Now let me show you how to combine everything we learned today, sequencing words, frequency words, before, after, and feeling phrases into one beautiful, natural description.
Please do. I want to see how all the pieces fit together.
Listen to this example of a complete morning routine description. First, I wake up at 6 o'clock. Before I do anything else, I always pray the morning prayer. I love this quiet time because the house is still peaceful. Then I wash my face and brush my teeth. After that, I make tea for myself and my family. I usually eat a simple breakfast, bread with cheese or sometimes dates. I don't mind eating the same thing every day because it's quick and healthy. Finally, I get dressed and leave for work at 7:30. I try to leave on time, but sometimes I am a few minutes late.
Slowly, that was amazing. It sounds like a real person talking to a friend, not like a student answering a teacher.
Exactly. And guess what? Every sentence used only simple present tense, sequencing words, frequency words, before, after, and 1 or 2 feeling phrases. Nothing complicated, just small pieces put together.
I want to try making my own full description now.
We will do a role-play conversation where I ask you about your morning and you answer using everything we learned. Are you ready?
I'm a little nervous, but yes, I'm ready.
Don't be nervous. You have already learned so much. This is my favorite part of every lesson, real conversation practice. Ollie, are you ready to try a role play?
I'm ready. A little nervous, but ready. What do I need to do?
Very simple. I will pretend to be a friend or a coworker. I will ask you questions about your morning routine. You will answer using everything we learned, sequencing words, frequency words, before, after, and feeling phrases. Just speak naturally. There is no perfect answer.
Okay, and if I make a mistake?
I will gently help you. That's what friends do. Remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is communication and confidence.
That makes me feel better. Okay, let's try.
Great. Here we go. Hey, Ollie. Good morning. You look well today. Can I ask, what is your typical morning routine? What time do you usually wake up?
Okay. First, I usually wake up around 6 o'clock, but sometimes I wake up at 5:30 if I didn't sleep well.
Oh, 5:30 is early. What do you do right after you wake up?
Before I do anything else, I always pray the morning prayer. I love this time because the house is very quiet.
That sounds peaceful. And after you pray, what do you do?
After I pray, I wash my face and brush my teeth, then I make tea. I prefer black tea with a little sugar.
I drink the same tea. So, what about breakfast? Do you eat breakfast every morning?
Yes, I always eat breakfast. I don't like to leave the house on an empty stomach. I usually eat bread with cheese or sometimes dates. I don't mind eating simple food because it's quick and healthy.
That's very healthy. And then, what time do you leave for work?
Finally, I get dressed and leave for work at 7:30. I try to leave on time, but sometimes I am 5 or 10 minutes late.
Ollie, that was wonderful. You used first, before, after, then, finally, usually, always, sometimes, I love, I prefer, I don't mind, I try to. You used almost everything we learned.
Really? I wasn't even thinking about the rules. I was just answering your questions.
That is the best sign of learning, when the rules become natural and you stop thinking about grammar. You just speak. How did that feel?
It felt easy. Not perfect, but easy. I made some small mistakes, I think.
You made almost no mistakes, but let me give you one small correction to help you improve even more. Listen carefully.
Please do.
Let me say the first mistake again. You said, I don't like to leave the house on an empty stomach. That was perfect. But then you said, I usually eat bread with cheese or sometimes dates. That was also perfect. However, a native speaker might connect those two ideas more smoothly. Listen, I don't like to leave the house on an empty stomach, so I usually eat bread with cheese or sometimes dates.
Ah, the word so connects the reason and the result. I don't like X, so I do Y.
Exactly. So is a wonderful little word for showing cause and effect. Let me give you another example. You said, I don't mind eating simple food because it's fast. That was correct. But you could also say, simple food is fast, so I don't mind eating it every day.
Same meaning, different order. I like that. Can I try one more sentence using so?
Of course.
I wake up early, so I have time to pray and eat breakfast slowly.
Perfect sentence, Ollie. Now you have another tool in your box. Let's continue the role play with a few more questions. This time, I will ask you about feelings and preferences.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ollie, what is your favorite part of your morning routine, and why?
My favorite part is drinking tea while it is still hot. I love sitting for 5 minutes, just drinking and thinking before the day becomes busy.
That's beautiful. And what is your least favorite part?
Waking up when it is cold outside. I don't hate it, but I don't enjoy it. I just do it because I have to.
Very honest. You could say, I don't enjoy waking up when it's cold, but I do it anyway because I have to.
Yes, exactly. I don't enjoy it, but I do it anyway.
Ollie, you are speaking so naturally now. One last question. If you could change one thing about your morning routine, what would it be?
I would wake up earlier. I try to wake up at 5 o'clock, but I never do it. I always press snooze. So maybe I need to go to bed earlier.
That is a very common problem. And you just used so perfectly again. I need to go to bed earlier. That is the solution.
So my morning routine is connected to my night routine. I never thought about that.
That's a great observation. And that brings us to an important point. When someone asks you about your morning, they might also ask follow-up questions. Let me teach you 3 common follow-up questions so you are prepared.
Yes, please. I never know what to expect after I answer.
Question 1. What time do you usually go to bed? Because morning routines start the night before.
That makes sense. I would answer, I usually go to bed around 10:30 or 11.
Perfect. Question 2. Do you always follow the same routine or does it change on weekends?
Oh, that's a good question. On weekends, I wake up later, maybe 7 or 7:30, and I eat a bigger breakfast with my family.
Beautiful answer. And question 3. What is the first thing you think about when you wake up?
The first thing I think about is my prayer. Then I think about what I need to do that day.
Those are wonderful, natural answers. Ollie, you have done an amazing job in this role play. You are ready to describe your morning routine to anyone, a friend, a coworker, even in an English exam.
Really? You think so?
I know so. Now, I want to share something very valuable.
What is it?
I want to talk about common mistakes, because if you know what mistakes learners make, you can check your own English and avoid them.
That sounds helpful. I probably make some of these mistakes without even knowing.
That's exactly right. And don't worry, mistakes are normal. Every learner makes them. The important thing is to notice them and fix them slowly. Ready?
Ready.
Let me share the 4 most common mistakes when describing morning routines. Mistake number 1, using present continuous instead of simple present.
Oh, I think I know this one. Some learners say, I am waking up at 6 every day, instead of, I wake up at 6 every day.
Exactly right, Ollie. Present continuous, I am waking, is for actions happening right now at this moment. For example, right now, I am speaking to you. But for a daily routine, we use simple present. I wake up at 6 every day. Can you give me another example of the mistake and the correction?
Sure. Mistake. I am eating breakfast every morning. Correction. I eat breakfast every morning.
Perfect. Mistake number 2, forgetting to add time markers or frequency words. Listen to this sentence. I wake up, I pray, I eat, I go. What is the problem?
It sounds like a robot. There are no words like first, then, usually, or finally.
Exactly. The meaning is there, but it doesn't flow. Now listen to the corrected version. First, I wake up, then I pray, after that, I eat breakfast, finally, I go to work. Much better, right?
Much better. So the mistake is not using sequencing words.
Yes, and the fix is simple. Just add 1 or 2 sequencing words to connect your actions. Mistake number 3, using the wrong order with before and after.
Oh, this one might be me. Can you show me an example?
Of course, a learner might say, I eat breakfast before I pray, but if they pray first and then eat, the sentence is wrong. The correct sentence would be, I pray before I eat breakfast.
Ah, so the action that happens first comes right after before. Before plus first action plus second action.
Perfect explanation, Ollie. Let me write it clearly. Before I pray, I wash my face. Washing happens first, then praying. I wash my face before I pray. Same meaning. The common mistake is putting the actions in the wrong time order. Always check which action happens first.
That is a very helpful rule. I will remember that.
Mistake number 4, and this is very common, using always or never incorrectly. Listen to this. I always wake up late. That means 100% of the time, every single day. But if you wake up late sometimes but not always, then always is wrong.
So if I wake up late only on some days, I should say, I sometimes wake up late, or I often wake up late.
Exactly. Let me give you a quick guide. Always equals 100% of the time, usually equals about 80 to 90% of the time, often equals about 70% of the time, sometimes equals about 50% or less, rarely equals about 10 to 20% of the time, and never equals 0% of the time.
That's very clear. I usually wake up at 7, but sometimes I wake up at 5:30, and I never wake up after 7.
Perfect sentences, Ali. Now let me share one more common mistake that is not about grammar. It's about being too short. Listen to this short answer. What did you do this morning? I woke up, I prayed, I ate, I left.
That was me at the beginning of this episode.
Yes, the mistake is giving only the actions with no details, no feelings, no time words. The fix is easy. Add one small detail. Listen, I woke up at 6, then I prayed. I love the quiet morning prayer. After that, I ate a simple breakfast. Finally, I left for work at 7:30.
The second version is so much better, and it's not harder. It just has a few more small words.
Exactly. So, Ali, let me test you. I will say a sentence with a mistake. You correct it. Ready?
Ready.
Mistake sentence 1. I am brushing my teeth every morning.
Correction, I brush my teeth every morning.
Perfect. Mistake sentence 2. I eat breakfast, I go to work.
Correction, after I eat breakfast, I go to work, or first I eat breakfast, then I go to work.
Excellent. Mistake sentence 3. I go to work before I eat breakfast, but the person eats breakfast first, then goes to work.
Correction, I eat breakfast before I go to work.
Perfect. Last one. I always wake up at 7, but the person wakes up at 7 only on weekends, not every day.
Correction, I sometimes wake up at 7 on weekends. On weekdays, I wake up at 6.
Ali, you got every single one correct. You truly understand these concepts now.
Thank you, Ina. The mistakes make sense to me now, and I feel like I can catch myself if I make them.
That is the goal, to become your own teacher. Before we say goodbye, let's do a quick recap, a fast review of everything we learned.
I love recaps. They help me remember. So let me try to remember the main points. First, we learned to use the simple present tense for routines, not present continuous.
Yes, simple present for habits and everyday actions. What else?
We learned sequencing words, first, then, after that, finally, to connect our actions smoothly.
Excellent. And frequency words, always, usually, sometimes, never. These show how often something happens.
Right. We also learned before and after to combine two actions into one sentence, and we learned to add feelings like I love, I prefer, I don't mind, I try to.
Perfect. And we practiced a role-play conversation, we learned common mistakes to avoid, and we learned the little word so to show cause and effect. That's a lot of learning in one episode.
It is a lot, but it didn't feel like too much because we practiced step by step.
That is the secret. You don't need to learn everything at once. You learn one small tool, practice it, then add another. Before you know it, you are speaking naturally.
So what is the challenge for our listeners? You always give a challenge at the end.
Yes, and this challenge is very simple but very powerful. Listeners, here's your task. Write your morning routine in the comments below. Use everything we learned today. Simple present, sequencing words like first, then, after that, finally, frequency words like usually, sometimes, never, and at least one feeling phrase like I love or I prefer.
That's a wonderful challenge, and everyone's routine is different. Some people wake up very early. Some people have children to take care of. Some people have a very short routine. It doesn't matter, just write what is true for you.
Exactly. And Ali and I will read your comments. We read every single one, so don't be shy. Write your routine even if it's short. Practice is how we improve.
And if you make a mistake, that's okay. We're all learning. The important thing is to try.
Beautifully said, Ali. Now, before we finish, let me remind everyone, if this episode helped you, please do 3 things for us. First, click the like button. It helps more learners find this podcast. Second, subscribe to World of English so you never miss a new lesson. And third, share this episode with one friend or family member who is also learning English.
Sharing is like teaching. When you share, you help someone else improve their English, and that is a beautiful thing.
I couldn't agree more. Ali, it has been a joy learning with you today.
The joy is mine, Ina. I came into this episode not knowing how to describe my morning routine naturally. Now I feel ready to talk about it with anyone.
And listeners, you are ready too. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, try describing your morning routine in English to yourself, to a family member, or write it in the comments. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
So, shall we say goodbye?
Let's do it. Thank you everyone for spending this time with us. Keep learning, keep speaking, and keep growing. This is World of English.
Take care of yourselves. Practice your morning routine tomorrow, and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.